Rule number 1 for our top 1% real estate business: we don't have to work with everybody. At some point, we realized that we were chasing leads and people who had no intention of working with us, who didn't respect us, didn't honor our time or boundaries, and just altogether were not a good fit. And we learned at one point that we're just not going to be the real estate agents for everybody. Because if we're the real estate agents for everybody, we're not the compelling reason for anybody to hire us, right? Like, we're not the one agent for any one group of people. And that's actually really important when it comes to attraction-based marketing. You do kind of have to carve out your niche so people understand why they're hiring you over your competition. And once we really embraced that rule, it became way easier to say no to people who we knew were going to waste our time, and yes to people who we knew we could go all in for because they would send us all of their friends and family as referrals after a great experience. Rule number 2, it's not their job to remember what we do. So a lot of times I talk about database marketing on this channel. Our databases are probably our number 1 lead source. Social media is an extension of that, but really we want to be a referral-based business. That's kind of the dream for any realtor. No one wants to have to pay for their business. No one wants to deal with crappy conversion and long follow-up. You just want people to come to you and be excited to work with you, right? That's a referral-based business. But what we found after a couple of years of growing and developing our database from scratch was that it's not their job to remember what we do for a living. And I tell this all the time to real estate agents who I'm coaching, who are afraid of being salesy spammy to their people, who are afraid of showing up in their inbox or reaching out to them too often because, oh, I already told them that I'm a real estate agent, or I posted it on Facebook that I'm in the business. That's fine, but if you're expecting to get referrals from your friends and family and your sphere of influence, it is not their job to remember that you're a real estate agent when somebody comes to them asking for a referral. The more that you are top of mind, the more that you're serving them and showing up in good faith to just be a part of their lives, the more excited and easy it's going to be for them to actually refer you from there. So I always love sharing that as a perspective that it's not anybody's job to remember what you do for a living, it's your job to remind them. Rule number 3, don't blame the market. I remember when I told my family that I was leaving my corporate finance 9-to-5 to go into real estate, and everyone's biggest concern was, what if there's another crash? What if there's another recession? Like, what if the market? And I mean, I act that way now because I have that reaction now because what I have found after 8 years in the business is that people are always going to be buying and selling. Like, people are always going to need help with their real estate needs. It's going to look different depending on the market, but there's always going to be somebody in the market needing help. You don't get to blame the market for your business not responding to the needs of the moment. As a real estate agent, your job is to understand where your ideal clients are in the cycle of homeownership and design thoughtful solutions that are going to meet them where they're at. And I truly believe that this is why we've been so successful in our real estate business. We've been able to pivot and evolve and change and grow with the market. When we got into the business, listings were sitting on the market for 6 months at a time, right? There were buyers everywhere. You could buy a home for practically nothing. Over time, that changed, and we saw this crazy seller's market emerge. We saw things change over time, and years from now, it's going to be an entirely different market again, right? So you don't get to really blame the markets for how your business is responding to that. You have to preemptively respond to changes in the markets, and you have to be able to forecast that by watching the data and talking to your people and understanding how you can serve them where they're at. Rule number
Thank you so much for watching this quick win series here on our YouTube channel. Of course, any resources or additional videos mentioned during this quick win are linked below in the caption, so check that out. And if you have not yet, be sure to hit subscribe to this channel and hit that bell notification icon to be notified every time we're dropping other quick wins just like this.